when you get to kind of encapsulate things that have happened in your past, and then you look back at what you've written, you just realize that it wasn't that deep. When I read that out yesterday and I was done, I remember so many people stopping me and asking me and saying, oh, the heartbreak, but no, not really. I just have a flair for the dramatic.
My name is Dara. I'm a 500 level law student, and I'm here on an episode of Final Year Diaries.
For someone that's almost done their university journey,
Yes.
if you had the chance, would you go back, start afresh with the kind of mindset you have now, seeing as you've grown, and you're definitely not the same person you were at 100 level? Would you go back and start again, or would you just continue from where you are?
Start again.
Yeah.
No, I would not be doing that. I think people should learn to leave the past in the past. History helps you make better decisions about the future,
Period.
but you don't really want to repeat history.
Yeah.
It's like, let's look at Nigeria as a case study. I
Mhm.
mean, think about Biafra,
Makes
think
sense.
about the World War, think about all of these things. Looking back at this is history, right?
Yeah.
But nobody wants to repeat history.
At all.
And I mean, I don't know necessarily if we're really learning anything from our history, but usually the idea behind history is that it determines the future. It helps you make better decisions.
Word.
But nobody really wants to repeat that. So frankly, I don't want to repeat that.
Why law?
Why law? Every time I hear this question, I get really baffled because I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know why law. But I think the basest reason as to why law is so in secondary school, I noticed that I had better conversations with people that were way older than I was, which of course people took as teachers' pets, whatever, whatever. But I found myself having way better conversations with my teachers, other staff around the school, actually, non teaching staff, everyone that was way older than I was. I thought that most of my set mates were, for lack of a better word, not as
On the same wavelength.
emotionally intelligent as I expected them to be.
Okay.
I think that my parents did a really good job of giving me an independent mindset. And I would see certain things done and certain things said, and I would just think, what?
I feel you.
So, yeah, in that headspace, like that happened. And so I remember a lot of my teachers always saying, okay, law was the best thing for me to do. You like to speak, you like to argue, law is the best course of study. And I didn't really think that I was good at anything else at the time. So I thought, okay, why not?
You've tried to make me understand why you chose law of all courses. I know it's not easy. So what keeps pushing you? Because you didn't get to 500 level by sleeping. You had a lot to do.
Yeah.
You did it. You're here. You're quite prominent, if that's the right word. You're a prospect for us to be interviewing you because
Right.
there's something special about you. And you've gone so far in your law journey. Like, what kept pushing you?
Okay, so I think first things first, I have an incredible support system.
Any opportunity?
I have an incredible support system. My parents are the most amazing people in the world. And I had pretty good friends too. But aside that, so I think my lowest point so far in my law journey, even though you didn't ask, but that kind of encapsulates part of my answer, is in my second year. So that was a lot. I was probably depressed. I'm not sure. But I know that I was having a really tough time. But I would say that one of the things that kept pushing me is I have a mindset that if I start something, I must finish it. It doesn't matter how hard it is, it doesn't matter how difficult it is, except I lose interest in that thing. But as long as I still have interest in it or like it and I've started it, I must finish it. And I don't hate law. I don't necessarily love it either, but I like it enough to keep going, to see where it ends.
Daraayo introduced herself and said she's a podcaster that helps people grow.
Yes, I said that.
How are you growing?
I'm not grown. I'm in the process of growing.
Okay, so how do you decipher someone that is in need of growth and someone that is not grown?
Okay, so I always tell people that I think that my superpower is being able to gauge someone's personality after having a conversation with them for, let's say, 10 minutes at most.
So you can tell me the kind of person I am.
Uh, yeah, probably by the time we're done with this interview. I mean, you're the one asking the questions, and I don't have the opportunity to ask you any to get to know
You
you.
can
So,
just one, I permit you. Just
one
one. Yeah.
question.
Your podcast is very enjoyable, very soothing,
Thank you very much.
very insightful, I must say. How do you balance your creative side and the fact that you're super smart? Have you ever like been conflicted? You know, some people say you can't be super smart and be creative. Some people believe that some people are just creative, some people are just smart, but you're both of them. So how did you realize that you can have both and you can thrive in the creative side and in school?
Okay, so earlier you told me actually that I could ask you one question.
Yeah.
What makes you think I'm smart?
Are you not smart?
But that's not the question.
Are you not smart?
No, the question was what makes you think I'm smart?
And I'm asking you, are you not smart?
I can't say.
If you are smart,
I really can't.
then you come off as smart.
Okay. That's
Okay.
an objective point of view anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to answer your question, let's see, of weaves into each other. They all interrelate. So it really depends on you as a person. Somebody else may not be able to merge those two sides of themselves together, but I think that I've just been pretty good at that. I call it luck, maybe.
Remember when I said I met Dara yesterday? She gave this insane performance at this open mic thing that was held like a day ago. I pretty much know that that was addressed to someone.
Yes.
Would you mind?
Oh, do I mind like talking about that? No,
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Okay, so obviously it wasn't fiction, but as a writer, there's some parts of it that are a bit what's the word now?
Relative.
Yes, some I will actually all of it happened, but maybe just not as dramatic as I put it. So there's that. Who was it addressed to?
Yeah.
Ha. Um, hmm. I'm not really at liberty to say.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was someone I dated a while back, and yeah, things ended pretty much.
You know how they say when you recover from certain people, you grow. Is that the situation here?
Maybe it's funny, but I read that article a whole year after we broke up. A whole year. It was one Saturday morning, and I wasn't even thinking about this person. I just opened my Medium page, and I remembered that I wanted to write an article. And so I was like, okay, this is the first piece I'm going to put out there. It has to be really good. And I just wrote the first line, and that was it. It just flowed from there. And I found myself talking about something that I would usually not talk about.
You just want to use me. You say love then abuse me. You never thought you'd lose me.
On a scale of 1 to 10 year, how would you rate your abroad experience?
I would give it a 7.
7.
Yes, a 7. My Harvard experience is pretty mid.
Fair enough. Abroad students are crying. A whole abroad mid. Mid care.
I didn't say Abroad was mid. I said my experience was mid.
Fair enough. As a research associate, director of LSL Book Club, member of AICP, alongside a lot of things that you're doing, what's the balance?
What's the balance? I think firstly that's a very good question. And you know how most people say that's a very good question to stall and think about what they want to say. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think the balance is scheduling, taking out time, and also having a priority list. What is important to you? It's a very good question to ask yourself when you want to do certain things. If I have a bunch of things to do in a day, I kind of just have to look at which is more important to me.
That makes so
So
much
that
sense.
takes priority.
Yeah, that makes sense. Whilst you're almost out of here,
Yes.
and some people are about to just start their journey, please tell me, as a fresher, what would you have liked to hear, and what you want them to hear to help them aid their journey?
Okay. So I think when I first got here, I was hearing a lot of, you have to just read, have to make a first class, do this, do that. And of course, all of that is important. I'm not really trying to say that that's not important. It is very important. However, have fun. Live life.
Not too much fun.
Not too much fun, but have fun. And I say that because you really don't want to leave uni and then look back on it and you have absolutely no memories. And the memories you have are of you doing what? Sitting in a classroom and reading for hours on end. You don't have things you can look back and say, oh, my friends and I did this once. We did that once. There's literally nothing to look back on. So I would say, live life. Of course, take time out to read. Focus on what you're doing. Know what you want. Not everybody wants a first class. And although it's nice to say, oh, you should strive for a first class, you should probably. But if that's not what you want, why are you stressing? Some people literally come to just get a degree. They already have an idea of exactly what they want out of life. They're just here to, pass the time.
Do whatever.
Pass the time well. But still, just know what you want. I think that's the best thing. Take out time to figure out what you want out of life. And then use your years here doing that.
Talking about wanting what they want out of life, what's next for you after uni?
What is next? Well, when people ask that, it's quite funny to me because for law students, what is next is literally planned for you. Well, there's law school. There's NYSC if I deem it fit to do that. I'm not really an academic, but I want a master's degree, not in law. And I know so many people are going to come for me for that, but I really don't care. I'm not getting an LLM. The plan is to probably do something in the creative arts, maybe communications, design, anything.
It's giving, I've delivered my LLB to my parents, let me do this for me, right?
It's funny that you say that because they were not necessarily a fan. Well, when I said I wanted to do law, I wouldn't say they're not fans, but they were just confused. Our parents probably thought I'd do something in math or science. Law never really occurred to them as a career path for me.
But you did it and you don't regret it.
No, I don't regret it.
It was nice chatting to you.
It was really nice talking to you as well.
I love your mindset.
Thank you.
And I'm sure freshers out there stand to gain a lot from our conversation. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so, pretty much. These are probably things I would have loved for someone else to do, or hear from someone else before I came here.
Yeah, nobody told us.
We had to experience the shit girl on our own.
What was that shocking discovery? Last question.
Okay.
What shocked you when you came to uni?
Well, I think, so for me as a law student, in my class, we're over 270 something.
What?
I don't really know what I was thinking. But when you've been topping your class from primary school up to secondary school, you get to uni and you're kind of expecting, I should be smart here too. Not really.
Nah.
The competition is way tougher. And there are people who are way smarter than you. And you have to live with that.
After all, there's no competition in uni.
Not really.
Just read your books.
The competition is yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, I love this conversation. I loved it.
Loved it for me too.
Dara is more than just your average 500 level law student. She is a multifaceted digital creator, a writer, a podcaster, a host, amongst many other things. So please like and subscribe to my video because I know you liked it. I said Nigeria doesn't happen to you like it happened to me at the end of this video.